Hello everyone, so in this video we will be discussing or we'll be creating a basic GUI application using NetBeans. So from here, we can just create a new project by clicking here. The usual thing that we do in creating a project. So let's just name this basic and then finish. So again, we have this as our project. Now, in order for us to create a GUI application or use the JFrame, we have to right-click here at the project that we created. Right-click here and then click the JFrame form. Then let's try to name this personal info. So from here, you can just move this as bigger as you want or whatever dimensions would you want. And then as you can see from here, we have here the swing containers, swing controls, the swing menus. We have swing windows, swing filters. So you can also use this depending on the application that you are creating. But since again this video is about creating a basic GUI application, we'll just be creating a personal information sheet that allows the user to input the personal information, his personal informations. So let's just use the label. So here in the label, you can just drag and drop that here in your application or in your JFrame form, and you can move it anywhere that you like to put this. You can double click this one to rename the J label one. In what text would you like it to appear? So for me, I will just rewrite this as personal information sheet. And then you can also edit the properties of this one. We have here the properties. You can also see the properties here at the right side, though. You can change the text. You can make it bold, italic, bold, and the size text. You can also choose the font that you would like to use. So you can also change the foreground color, or if you want to change that into any color, so you can also change that here. So if you try to run this one, you have to call the personal info in the main method or the main class. Since personal info is not declared in the main class, meaning to say it does not know, the main class will not know that there is a form extending to it. So you have to call this one just like using or just like declaring an object. You have to use or you have to call the name of your form, which is the personal info, small letter personal, and then capital letter I info. And then let's try info is equivalent to new personal info. And then in order for the personal info to show when we try to run our project, we have to set that as visible. So meaning to say we have to use info dot set visible to true. Meaning to say if you set the visibility to true, meaning to say it will show. But if you set the visibility to false, it will not show. So let's try to run this one. So as you can see, it's showing now. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so you just have to set the visibility to true. And then afterwards, you can also edit some more here in your design. So you can just add or drag and drop some labels here. Let's say this is first name. This, and then you can just resize this one as you would want this to be. Let's make this bigger. And then just copy paste this one for the middle name, the last name. You can just extend this if it's not showing. And then afterwards, let's just create or drag and drop the text field. Text field allows the user to input the answer for this informations that we will be needing later on. You can also resize this one according to what you like. And in order for us to remove the text here, because by default, if we run this one with the text JText field one, it will also show when we run this one. So in order for us to move this or to remove this, just edit the text and then clear. And then let's just rename this one. Let's rename the text field, or we'll be changing the variable name of this text field in order for us to know later on what text fields are we going to call. So let's just name this one fname. Let's just copy this one for the others, for the other field. And let's also rename the variable name here. This is mname, middle name. Let's also name this one into lname. Okay, so this is now a personal information sheet about the name, the first, middle, and the last name. And then let's just try to use a button for save. Let's say he's done filling up the form, and then he would like to save the information he has inputted. So let's just use the button here. Here we have the button. We have toggle button, radio button. So these are just other types of button that you can use. But for now, I'll just be using the button. And I will be renaming the text to save. Okay, so when we try to run this one, this is how it looks like. The personal information sheet, and then the field that the user can write on. Okay, then when you press tab, it will automatically go to the next text field. Then you can just click the save. However, we don't have codes yet for the save, so in order for us to do something, we have to code inside the save button. Okay, so in order for the program for the form to save the information that is inputted by the user, you can just double click here at the button, because this is where the actions will be performed after filling up the form. So this is where the program will happen. So we can double click this one, then you will be prompted to the code in wherein we can put our codes. So this is inside the save button. So again, meaning to say, if we click the save button, something will happen. So you can also go back to the design by just clicking here in the design. You can go back to the source by clicking here. So as you can see from here, each of the items that you have used, they has corresponding codes or corresponding classes that you can put on their codes. So we have the M name here, the last name, the first name. These are the text field that we have renamed earlier, this one. Okay, but since we will not be coding anything inside here, we'll just be manipulating the codes inside the save button. So we'll be incorporating JOptionPane here. So that means if the user inputted something in the text fields like the first name, middle name, and the last name, when the user clicks the save button, JOptionPane will show. Again, before we use JOptionPane, we still have to import the library for the JOptionPane. So we'll be importing that here. Let's just erase this one. We have import JavaX. If you can still remember, we have discussed this already. We have JavaX.swing dot JOptionPane. Then that's it. Then we can just use it inside here in the button. So let's say we'll just be using the show message dialog. So we have JOptionPane dot show message dialog, and let's just leave this as is, the this. So here your first name is, and then we'll call the name that is inputted in the first name text field here. Since again this text field is named as fname, so we have to get the text that is inputted from there. So we have fname dot get text, meaning to say we'll be getting the text that was inputted in the first name text field, plus the middle name mname dot get text, plus again the last name or the L name dot get text. Again, what you'll be using here is the name or the variable name of the text field that you have used. So when we try to run this one, let's see how this looks like when this is run. So let's try to run our program. So we have here, let's say I'll be inputting Kim, then Maria, let's say, and then we have Hermosa. And then when we click the save button, it will just show here, your name is Kim Maria Hermosa. However, this is put together, so we'll just put some spaces in between. So we'll put space here. And then we'll also put in the middle name, space from here. So let's try to rerun this program again. Let's say Kim Maria Hermosa. So when you click the save, it will just show your name is Kim Maria Hermosa. So basically, when you try to click the save, it has an action performed already, which is showing the JOptionPane. Now let's try to change this show message dialog into a confirm dialog. Meaning to say, will be after the user inputted the first name, the second name, and the last name, will be the user will be prompted to if he want to continue or not. So meaning to say, we'll be changing the show message dialog into a confirm dialog. Okay, so we'll be changing that here. And if you can remember, if we use the confirm dialog, we have to equate that one into an integer, into a variable with integer data type. So let's say int result. Okay, and result is equivalent to JOptionPane dot confirm show confirm dialog. Then let's just copy here. Let's copy this and then prompt the user if he would like to continue. Then from here, let's just add /n and say, do you want to continue? Now let's try to see how this looks like. Let's say Kim, Kim, and Kim. Then we try to click save. It will show here your name is Kim, Kim, Kim. Do you want to continue? And then we'll be putting some codes inside these buttons that if the user clicks yes, then it will also continue with the personal information sheet. Okay, so if the user clicks yes, then we can continue. But before we proceed to that, let's just try to add some more here. Let's say we'll prompt the user to input the username, the password, and confirm password. So we also have the password field here, meaning to say whenever the user inputted a text, it is already encrypted. So let's just try to continue here. Copy this one, then put it here. then another one for the password, and another one for the confirm password. So we'll be using password field for the two, for the password and the confirm password. So again, we'll be using this password field here. Let's drag it here so that whenever you type in your password, it is already encrypted with these bullets. You can also erase this one if you want. Then you can copy that here. So this would be, we'll change the variable name into uname or the username. This is the password. Let's rename this into password. Let's also rename this one into pass or the confirm password. Okay, so whenever we click the save, if the password and the confirm password is not equal or they don't have the same text inside the text field, it will not go through. So we'll just try to create that one here. So we'll be catching the equivalents of the password and the confirm password in the save button. So in order for us to set if the informations will be saved if the password and the confirm password has the same text inputted. So we'll just set it here. If password dot get text, as you can see, it has a dash because again, this means that the text field is encrypted. And if again the contents or the data types inside the text field, these are strings and not integers, so meaning to say we cannot compare or we cannot use the double equal sign to compare the values inside this text. So in order for us to compare the values for the strings, we have to use dot equals the contents inside the conpass dot get text. So again, this is to compare if the password or the text inputted in the password field is the same with what is inputted in the confirm password. So if it is equal, it will show this one. Okay, if the password inputted are equal with the confirm password, this will show. But if not, else it will just show password is incorrect. So let's try to run this one. If it's true, then let's say 1 2 3 4. Then we have 1 2 3 4. If these passwords are equivalent, meaning to say it would show the name inputted in here. So let's just write name here, Kim. But if it's not the same, it will just show password is incorrect. So let's try to save. So as you can see, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 are the same. So it shows the name. But if it's not the same, let's say let's change this one into 1, only 1. Then this one is 1 2 3 4. Then let's see if it would still output the name. So as you can see from here, it says password is incorrect. So in order for the system to show the names inputted, you have to have the same password and the confirm password. So as you can see from here, we have your name is Kim Kim Kim, and do you want to continue? So here inside the do you want to continue, if the user clicks yes, our goal is for the next form to appear. So let's add some forms here. Let's add another form inside our project. So we have JFrame form. Then let's say gender. So from here, we'll just be showing a selection for the gender. Let's say Let's rename this one. Please select a gender. So this is just, again, a basic one, and just showing you how some of the components here works. And let's just use radio button, and then let's have this as male. The other one will be, oops, the radio button, the other one will be female. Let's have another button for the save. Okay, so again, whenever the user click the yes here, it will show the next form that we have created, this one. So in order for that to happen, we have to catch the option that is selected by the user inside here, because this is where the confirm dialog will appear. So if result is equivalent to JOptionPane dot yes option, should be double equal sign JOptionPane. If the JOptionPane we have selected is a yes, so the form gender will be shown. So we'll be calling the gender here. Capital letter gender show is equal to new gender. And then we have to set the visibility to true. So we have show dot set visible and then to true. Okay, let's try to run this one. For now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So since it is the same, it would, if we click the yes, gender form must show. So as you can see from here, this is not how the radio button should work, because you can only select one, only one between female and the male. But as you can see from here, it allows the user to select two. So in order for us to configure that one, we have to add the button group. So we have here the button group. This allows the radio button to be only selected one. If we drag the button group in our form, it will allow only one to be chosen, either male or female. So let's drag this one here, and you can see the button group here in the navigate form. So if it's not showing, you have to click the navigate beside here, then you can show this one. You have to select the radio button that you have, and then change here in the property. From the button group property, you have to select the button group that you have to include them, since they are included in button group 1. Then just select the button group 1. So in order for you, or in order for our form to only select one. So if we can run this one again, when we try to click the save, and yes, now we can only choose either one of them, not two at the same time. Okay, so that is how button group works. Then if you can also observe, if we try to run this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, so long as the password and the confirm password has the same text, it will save. In which, in the real world, it must not save if there's no details inputted in here. So you have to also catch that one, that if this text fields are empty, you cannot proceed with showing this one. Okay, so let's try to do that one. If the first name and the last name is empty, it will not show this one. Okay, so let's try. If the f name dot get text dot is empty, or the last name dot get text is empty, it would show here, it will just display here Please input name details. Okay, so if the first name and the last name text field are empty, it will show here, please input name details. Else if it's not empty, then the system will check if the password and the confirmed password is the same, and if it's the same, it will show here. But if it's not, it would show that the password is incorrect. So let's try if this works. 234 1 2 3 4. If I click the save, please input name details. Okay, so as you can see, if I input here, input here, input here, again, we only catch the first name and the last name, meaning to say it's okay for the user to not input the middle name. And it will save. So, do you want to continue? Yes. So we have here the female. Then if we try to click the save here, it would say you are a female. Okay, let's do that here. We did not included import here, so we have to import javax.swing.JOptionPane. We have to check if the female button is selected or the male button. So let's rename this one into male, and then let's rename this one into female. And then if we try to click the save, if male dot is selected, it would show here you are a male. Else if female is selected, it would show here you are a female. So let's try to run this one again. We have 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, then save. Oh, we don't have the name details, so let's put it here. So your name is Kim. Kim, do you want to continue? If yes, then if the user selected female, it must show that you are a female. And if the user selected a male, it must show that you are a male. But I want to remove this form after this form is shown. So to do that, we have to put the visibility of the other form of the personal info form as invisible. Here in the save button, as you can see, when the option is yes, it would show the gender form, and then it is set to true. So from here, since this is where the gender form will show after we have clicked the yes, so this is also the code, or this is also the part of the code wherein we have to put that the personal info should be set to invisible after the gender form is shown. So in order for us to do that, we have to use the this, meaning to say this form dot set visible to false. So whenever the gender form will show, the personal info form should be false or will be set to invisible. So let's try to run this one. So let's say we have 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So when we click the save, and then if we click the yes, this personal information sheet will not be shown after the gender form will be set to be visible. So as you can see, only this form is left and the personal information sheet form are hidden. So this is how we use the basic components of the GUI or the swing components here in NetBeans. So I hope that you will also explore more of these controls here in order for you to do your own applications. So I hope you learned something from this video, and I'll see you on the next videos.